Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, how are you? Okay, I'm fine, and I hope you all fine today. And come back with me again. So let me introduce myself. My name is Alif Sirajuddin A. I'm a medical student. I come from Islamic University in Sultan Agung. And today I will present about the identification item of consort checklist, especially for RCT. So next, I see I have a topic about the identification, but before we can identify, we must know about what is the consort mean, because the identification based off a consort, so we must know what is the consort mean. So consort is about the standard that used in a medical journal. This a part to improve the reporting of the different types of health research, and then to improve the quality of research that's used in decision making in healthcare. So after we know what is the consort mean, we must know about the website. So when you want know more information about the consort, you can check this website at www.consortstatement.org. It has a complete information about the consort. And then, so we know about the consort. So what next? The checklist. What is the checklist here? So in a consort, especially in 2010, we have a consort checklist that include information for reporting a randomized trial. It has many topics. The first like title and abstract, and then methods, and the result, discussion, and other information. And the item number is 1 until 25. It is 1A, 1B, and 2A and 2B. And then the definition of checklist item. And then we know about the checklist item now, and then we know the consort. So what next we must know is about where is the journal we can use to identify. So I have a two journal that can compare. It's so similar. It's about a randomized control trial, but have a differentiation. The, the first journal in the left side is about the effect of a novel probiotic on metabolic biomarker in adults with prediabetes and recently diagnosed type 2 diabetes mellitus. And the right one is about the vitamin D supplement in pregnancy in a population with endemic vitamin D deficiency. So the difference is about this is the left one is about the study protocol, and then in the right it's about the RCT. So the study protocol is used before we must or we create a journal of RCT. We must know the study protocol, and to identify, we can only use this journal in the right side because it has a result and conclusion, and then in study protocol it doesn't have result and conclusion. So this is my short about what is the consort and the item. So let's check it out to identify. So let's resume it. Okay, I have to RCT journal. So we start with this one. Okay. So it's our RCT, right? It can identify in a title, in a section or the topic. If in the first one, that's a title and the abstract. It's a 1A. It's about the title of the journal. And in a 1A is identification as a randomized trial in the title. So it includes RCT. And then 1B is the abstract. This is the abstract. So abstract is a structure, a summary of a trial design, method and result and conclusion. So you can see like there's a background, the objective and the design, setting and the result. It's like a summary from this journal. Uh, next about next topic is introduction. Introduction equals background and objective. It has a 2A and 2B. So in the first one paragraph is a 2A. It's about scientific background and explanation of a rationale. And the last paragraph it to be introduction about objective. It's a specific objective or hypothesis. And next we're going to method. It's about the trial design. It's a 3A. So in a 3A, it's about a description of trial design. So this is the description in this paragraph. So one paragraph, right? And then after that, it includes to the participant. So where is the participant and the place it took the journal. And then the intervention. So intervention. Intervention is a part of a topic in a method. So interventions is the interventions of the each group and with sufficient detail to allow a replication, including how and when they were actually administered. And then is a randomization. Uh, Randomization is one of the topic in a method is in code 8A, 8B, 9, and 10. And here is randomization about the sequence and generation and type is 8A and 8B. 8A is about a method used to generate the random allocation sequence. And 8B is the type of randomization, the detail of any restriction. At the end, the detail is in here in a table in a statistical method. Next, okay, is the outcomes. Outcome is a 6A. Is about completely define the specific of primary and secondary outcome. It's measure how and when they were assessed. It's changed to outcome, and it is the primary outcome findings. And then this is the result. Is the participant flow is number item from 38 is for each group. The number of the participants who were randomly assigned, received intent in treatment, and were analyzed for the primary outcomes. It's the baseline data. I think this is the baseline data. Yeah, it's the baseline data too. Baseline data is number 15. It's a table. It's showing a baseline about a demographic and a clinical characteristic for each group. So it's the baseline data. And then the harms. Harm is number 19. It is important, and all the important harms are unintended effect in each group. It includes harms. And then the last one is discussion. In this part, discussion, this includes interpretation interpretation is number item of 22. That interpretation mean but consists with the result and balancing benefit and harms and considering other relevant evidence. Okay, it's a limitation. You know what I mean about limitation? Its number item in 20 is a trial limitation at addressing source of potential bias impression and if relevant about multiplicity of analysis. And then it's the edge knowledge. And then this work was supported by what the mean of support is a part of the last part that is on other information list of funding uh, because it's support, right? So the item number 25, the funding in other information, is about the source of funding and other support. So this work from the journal is supported by trace the result. So it's the funding. So next one, in a second journal of article. So in article, it start in a title and abstract. The first is the title, is a 1A. 1A is about the identification as a randomized trial in the title. So include the words randomized clinical trial. So can identify that it's a RCT journal, right? The next one is a 1B. 1B is an abstract. Abstract is a summary. Summary of the trial design and the method, and then the result and the conclusion. But this abstract is different because it has a number 23, number item 23. There is a registration about the trial registration. So trial registration is about the registration number and name of trial registry. So there is the registration number and the trial registry. And okay, next one is the background and the objective. So it's the topic of the introduction. So it's included 2A in an early paragraph, right? It's about a scientific background and explanation of methionine. And in the last one, it's include a 2B, that's a specific objective or hypothesis. Right, and then the next one is the methods. It's a study design or trial design. It's include a 3A. It's just only a description of the trial design. And that's study population. And then it's the outcome. It's a 6A. So the outcome is the completely different a pre-specific primary and secondary. And including how and when they were assessed. So it's a 6A. Okay, next is, and then in a data analyze, in here include 8A number item, but a randomization. So in here about a sequence of duration, about the method used to generate the random allocation of sequence, and then it has a 12A an item number about the statistical method in a paragraph 2. So 12A is about the statistical method and used to compare a group for a primary and secondary outcome. So the 12A is for the comparing to outcome, that is the primary and the secondary. And then the result, okay? The result is a participant flow. It's item number 13A. So it's about for each group, the number of the participants of were randomly assigned, received instant treatment, and were analyzed for the primary outcome. So it's about 13A. And the next paragraph is about losses and exclusion. So it's about the losses and occlusion after randomization. So the first one is when has instead a treatment, and the second one, the 13B, is for after randomization. Okay, this is the study flow of diagram, and then it's a baseline data. So when we say it's a baseline data, we said it's the part of result. Baseline data is a table that's a showing a baseline about the demographic and clinical characteristic for each group. Okay, next is the limitation. Okay, is the result, and then is the discussion. Sorry, in discussion include number 20, now item 20, it's limitation. There is a trial limitation addressing a source and potential bias, precision, and if relevant, and multiplicity of analysis. And then it's a baseline data again, but it's included in a discussion. So for a support for primary outcome. Next, number item 21. This is part of this discussion. So it includes about external validity and applicability of the trial findings. Again, it's about the baseline data, same as baseline data, and then have interpretation. So it's number item 22 is about interpretation with the result and balancing benefit and harms. Again, is the baseline data, and then is the interpretation too. And this is the conclusion. So in here, it includes two items. There is a number item 22 and 21. Especially for 21 is about generalizability in a first paragraph, and then another one is interpretation. And the last one, okay, about the findings, about the other information. Same as the first journal, it's on the other information here is on the findings. So it's supported by CAMFIC. So it's a part of other information. So it's the last part of the checklist, consort checklist, and the number of items. So thank you for your appreciation about my presentation, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you and see you.